Hello, it's Monday night again, and I'll be streaming again. And it's also my birthday, which is quite nice. So I get to spend it here. Waiting for people to join. Actually on time, perfectly for a change. Usually I'm a couple of minutes late. But this time I thought I would be prepared and get everything set up. So all I'm going to do is get in and get started. Floopy, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It is my birthday today, yes it is. So I thought I would spend it, well I mean I was streaming anyway, but it's good to be able to spend my birthday with you guys, as I normally do on a Monday evening. This time it's special. And yeah, I'm happy I get to do that. I don't know if it's been picked up by my microphone. There's quite a heavy rainstorm and winds going on outside. Hopefully it's not going to cause too much of a problem for the stream, but just in case you can hear rumbling and rain against the window, you know what it is. Scott, welcome and thank you. Floopy, thank you for your birthday wishes. Christopher, thank you. Do you appreciate that? I was actually going to make the stream, but Facebook is down, so why don't you watch this while you're waiting for it to come back stream, but unfortunately I managed to fix it before I got started. Drew, thank you. Felipe, I guess we have very similar weather. Well, today, actually during the day, it was actually pleasant for the most part. It was quite sunny, occasional shower, but otherwise it's quite nice. But this evening it changed completely, and there we go. So I spent some time this week getting ready for the stream because I knew it was going to be a special occasion. Cameron, it's my birthday today, Monday. So yeah, I knew it was going to be a special occasion, so I wanted to do something different. I say different, I've kind of done similar things to this before, but it's a special location and I thought it'd be fun to do it with you guys. So the description says, of the stream says creating Kashyyyk, and that's what we're going to be doing for chapter 17. 16 is coming along really well. I'm waiting for dialogue from one character before I can finish it off, but I have finished most of the rest of the video. I just can't do the final part of it until I get that dialogue, which hopefully will arrive soon. So we're moving on to 17, and we see this is when Leia arrives on Kashyyyk with Chewie. So one of the things I've done, I'm going to turn some of these lights off because they do slow it down. Let me get rid of all of these. Hydra, welcome. That's better. So yeah, what I've done is I put Chewbacca in for scale. I'm going to be starting this scene completely from scratch, and what I've done is model some buildings, and I've imported those, so they're ready to come in. They're not textured. Obviously, there's no sky. I don't know why I'm waving at the screen to point at things, because you can't see me doing it. So yeah, I've got buildings to bring in, and I've got some ideas for the trees. Obviously, the trees are massive, and so I'm not really sure the technical way to describe this, but the way I'm picturing it is, in the book, the landing pad is described as resting on top of tree branches that have been carefully woven together. Now, I haven't modelled the branches yet. I did run out of time during the week, so we're not going to do the landing pad, but we're going to do the village, which is next to that. And the way I'm picturing it is, the landing pad's going to be in one spot, and then the trees next to it are going to get higher, and that's where the village is. Somebody X, thank you so much. One second, I just had a message I need to respond to. There we go. Sorry about that. Just had a message from a close friend of mine, which I felt like I needed to respond to. I try not to. I tend to ignore private messages when I'm streaming, but sometimes you just have to. Anyway, so yeah, the landing pad and the trees are going to rise up next to it, which is where the village is going to be, because they describe the houses as being built into the trees, and some of the concept art from various Star Wars sources, and of course Revenge of the Sith, and so on. Now, in Revenge of the Sith, we see the part of Kashyyyk we see is close to the surface, but in the book it's described as very high up. So I spent some time thinking about it, and I'm going to stick with what's in the book. So we're not going to see the surface of Kashyyyk. So I guess we'll say that was near the shoreline. Obviously it was, because we saw the water, but this village is going to be much further away from any water, so the trees are much higher, and we don't have to worry about the surface of it. So I think we should get started. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the way I imagined it. Don't know why I'm doing that. Right, so I'm going to import the first house I built. Now, these aren't particularly high detailed models, and I realised I forgot to create a texture I really need for it. I got a little bit distracted by birthday things today, but let's move that so Chewie is standing on it. I see here there's the orange section. That's the part. I also have a texture there which is wooden supports, like the word escapes me. So it's not a solid piece. It's poles holding it up, like railings. That's it, railings. So that's what it looks like. But I forgot to create the texture for those support bits. So I'm going to have to add those later. But everything else, what I'm going to do here is we have wooden planks to the floor, wooden pieces for sort of the frame section here and underneath. Struts, yes, perfect, thank you. More wooden planks here and a straw roof. Let me answer some of your questions. Did you do anything fun today for your birthday? I watched Free Guy. It was added to Disney Plus, and that was a fun film. It's kind of a quiet birthday, which I don't mind. Is that from Holiday Special? I did look at some. I haven't seen the Holiday Special. I've never felt brave enough to watch it, but I did look at some of the images of how the Wookiee buildings were constructed for reference. But so it's kind of inspired by, and it's inspired by some of the other concept art and buildings we've seen in various sources. How much do I make from the Heir to the Empire videos? I don't want to get into trouble with Disney. I do have a Ko-fi page, so if you like my work, regardless of whether it's Heir to the Empire or some of my original stuff, you can support me there by buying me a coffee. And I do appreciate every kind donation that everyone has made so far. I've also got Super Chat enabled here in the stream, so that's an option. And there's some merchandise in the merchandise store for the channel. Yes, I did make this. It's a very simple model because 3D modeling is not it's not necessarily my strongest area. The Holiday Special scares you. It scares me. So you're not the only one. First half, once the singing starts, just walk away. Or I could just not watch it. So yeah. I guess as a 5-year-old, it makes sense that you could enjoy it more. Since I am not a 5-year-old, I think I wouldn't enjoy it much at all. So here's another building I made. As you can see, it's a very similar design with a more of a flattened roof. I'm going to be honest, I use SketchUp, which is a very basic 3D modeling tool. Oh, wait a minute. Why is house 2 and house 3 the same? But, I think I've duplicated one model. Alright, let me import the rest and then I'll go back and see what's missing. I've got pathways to connect the trees. That was in something in the concept art which is lacking in some of the more recent depictions of Kashyyyk, and I like the walkways. I mean, let's see, Leia and wouldn't be able to get around. I get that in the when we see it in Revenge of the Sith, you get all these houses and buildings inside trees, but there's nothing connected to them. And I guess the idea is that the Wookiees would be able to get around, but it's kind of useless for everyone else. On the other hand, maybe the Empire forced the Wookiees to build the walkways so that they could patrol the cities. What will the cable cars look like? I haven't designed them yet. So far for this, I just got a handful of buildings. Oh yeah, so I need to figure out. Bear with me just a moment. I need to figure out what happened to that third building. Wookiee wheelchairs. Yeah, I guess there might be some of those. Right. Right. I don't know if you can't see what I'm doing. A minute. Huh. Oh, I see what I've done. Okay. Um, so I made this tall building first, and then I modified the shape a bit to make the second one. And then I saved that, and then modified that one again to make the third one, and apparently saved the third one as house 2 and house 3. So I don't have a house 2 anymore. But I'm not going to worry about that now. I can go back and figure it out another time. Because at the moment this is about texturing and building the village, and I can always add more buildings later. Board Imagination, thank you so much. We move that over here, just so it's out of the way a little bit and I can see all of the objects. Right, so let's start with the tall house. And once I've textured this, it's very easy to apply these textures to the other parts. So we go into Content, Media, Material, and then we've got these 2 Substance folders, which is great because it creates a texture based on different materials, and you can play around with different settings to get different colours and different wear and tear and other details depending on what it is. So we've got these wooden options here. Actually, I'm going to look in this Substance one first. I think that would be good for the walls. Okay. So basically I just drag it onto the surface. Now here the texture size is quite tiny. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger, and they also need to be rotated 90 degrees. So I feel like that's the way that they would be built. So what's the option? Okay. Affect all channels and lock ratio. Yeah, that's better. Now we make it bigger, and by making it bigger, actually reducing the size, the number for tiling. Nope. Well, let's try that. There we go. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I do leave the ads on. I know they can be a little bit irritating, but it is tough times, so every little bit helps. So I do appreciate that you let the ads run. Thank you. I did turn off the unskippable ones though, because that's a little bit too annoying. It's only so far I'm willing to go. Right, so let's see. I haven't played around with this particular material before, so we've got these different settings and I don't know what they will do. I like that, the raw wooden style. What other wood options are in here? So that might have been good too. Actually, I might use those for the floor. Some of these are sort of polished wood, and I don't think that's going to work for Kashyyyk, because Wookiees aren't going to care about polishing the wood. Yeah, so anyway, I'll carry on with this one here for the walls. Yeah, Jaffa Rebellion, so glad that you're enjoying Vision of the Future. That's an excellent book, and my series. It'd be fun to do Vision of the Future at some point in the future, but I've got to get to there first. Let's see. Let's play around with some of these settings. Knots amount. Not seeing a huge difference. Oh yeah, there we go. There. I think we want maximum setting there because it makes it look a bit more natural. What's the bevel X do? I see. Okay, I'm going to increase the texture output size to maximum so you get the most amount of detail. That's 20, just to there we go. That looks really good. What do you guys think? It really is. I listened to that audiobook a couple of years ago, and it was excellent again. Kitty Evans, welcome, and thank you so much. I haven't heard from you for ages, so I hope you're doing well. And it's good to see you. Right, so I think the wooden planks there are great. So we're going to bake these, which basically finalises them. I say finalise, but I can come back and play around with the settings if I want to. But I'm really happy with how that looks. Yeah. Right, so we're going to do Admiral Moo, welcome. I'm going to save before I go any further. Right, so which one was I going to use? Oh yeah, that one. Let's try this for the floor. Again, this needs to be scaled up a bit. I do like the way that looks though. So let's... The houses probably do have big windows in them. Windows are a huge pain to make on a round surface, and when you see this, they're going to be more in the distance. I'll probably do a more highly detailed model of one house when I get to the for the house that layer actually stays in, so that if it's there for when I need it. But for these are more the distance ones, so it doesn't matter so much. A huge, yeah, I didn't see that was not intentional, but yes, I did apparently make that joke. Right, so I think this bigger again. I only have the one character model. Well, actually, I do have some other character models for Wookiees, but I haven't imported them yet. I don't have a lot. Matthew, welcome. This is for chapter 17. Kashyyyk's in several other chapters after that. I do not remember the numbers offhand, but it kind of alternates between what Luke's doing, what Han's doing, and what Leia's doing. So this is going to be used several times, but its first appearance is in 17. I've finished all the content needed for 16, just waiting for one last set of character recordings, and then I can finish it off. But I can't really do anything else with it until then, so we're moving on to 17. I'm excited for it. I do use PNGs for background people. There has to be quite distant background people because they get too close, you can see they're not actually moving. But I did use that same technique on the Bafash market. Not Bafash, Bimasari market. Get my B planets mixed up. Right, so that's a nice floor there. Again, nice big panels. My phone keeps buzzing, I do not know why. I'll look at it later. But you might be able to hear it buzzing in the distance. It's over there charging, so I can't reach it. Anyway, that's a good floor. Let's see what other settings are there for it. It's a good thought. There is it's described that there is a Nogri looking through a window, which of course means I have to go to the trouble of modelling a window. Just rubbing my head as I think about that. Yeah, I can do that. Because Leia glances it through the window, sees it looking out, and she tells Chewie and the others, but then they storm into the house and then they don't find it. If I was going to do that, I could probably use some PNGs of the Wookiees that are in Solo as well, because I could just edit out the backgrounds. There's a few in there in that film. Right, so age. I think that's a little bit too aged. Let's make it a little bit lighter. I mean darker, so it matches the... Yeah, there we go. I like that. Did I set the right text? Nope. Let's set the highest texture quality. Sherry, welcome. It's good to see you. I believe they were just really good at hiding and it escaped. We don't really find out what happened. Basically Leia spots the Nogri through the window and shouts, "Look, there's one of those aliens there," because I don't know what they're called at the time. And Chewie just stomps through the door and doesn't find it. So yeah. Right, that's the floor done. Let's bake these. We'll do it for each type of texture. So this is the base colour, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's the brown panels with the detail on. Then you get the bump map, which is, it looks purple, but it's the way that it makes it look like it's a 3D shape rather than just a flat image. So in this particular instance, it's responsible for these lines looking like there actually are lines between the planks. If I turn it around, you should be able to see this difference there. AO is ambient occlusion. Now I don't fully understand AO yet, but it does add a lot to it. I feel like I need to read up a bit more so I actually understand the technology just a little bit more. Roughness, it helps the material look like what it's meant to be, which is in this case wood. And excuse me, displacement goes along with bump maps to help give it a bit more of a 3D kind of feel to it. Now I'm just going to have some water. Wookiee costumes on eBay. Well, I don't know if you guys need to go to that much trouble, but it's a good thought. Ambient occlusion, yeah. Or AO, because I'm being lazy. That is true. On the other hand, I'm not going to spend a lot of time pointing the camera at the floor. So you're going to see it more from this sort of angle. So by the time you see the floor, it's quite distant and you're not going to see the claw marks. Also, I'm lazy and don't want to have to do all the claw marks. Will Gunston, the Nogri in Rebels, has with rooks in it. He has a personal cloaking shield. And I believe they talk about that in the recent Thrawn books as well. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now we've got this edge trim section. Let's see what we got as our options. I feel like this needs to be a darker colour. Let's try this. It kind of works. Got to reshape it, but yeah. Cheers. I think this is the same one that I used for here. No matter. Let's go and resize. Let's try 50. 500. Strid Gamer, thank you so much. Let's try 200. Okay. Nope. Raise it up just a little bit. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Alright, let's see what the options are for this piece of wood. Yeah, looking at the settings, it's the same one that I used for the wall, which is fine because giving it a slightly darker tint makes it stand out, makes it look not the same. And it gets a nice little edge to the piece. Yeah, I like that. Let's go back in. What else we can do? Oh, veins contrast. What does this do? I quite like the darker look. I did think about trying to reanimate the Doctor Who episodes a while back, and then I just didn't do it. I feel like there's quite a few Doctor Who fans who are already doing that, who are bigger Doctor Who fans than I am. I do really like Doctor Who, but I think it takes more of a passion for it than I actually have. So I wish them well. Yeah, I think the trim works nicely, so we are going to bake that one. Just takes a moment. So yeah, like I said, I haven't got the struts texture for this yet because I did not get around to making it, so we're going to leave that orange. We've got the straw roof. I believe the straw texture in here somewhere. Or at least a straw like. There we go, straw. There we go. Maybe this isn't going to work quite the way I thought, but let's give it a try. So this is supposed to be straw, but I'm finding it looks more like sand. So I guess it'd keep Anakin away. Yeah, so maybe the roof needs to be wood as well. Yeah. The straw's not going to work out. Alright, let's see what the wood options are again. Actually, I wonder if the same texture I used on the... Yeah, I think that's going to work. Need to adjust it. Anakin would not like the roof of the building. I'm glad you were amused by my sand joke. Yeah, I think that's much better than the straw. Alright, let's make that bigger. Well, I think if you're doing something Star Wars related and the word sand gets mentioned, you have to make the sand, I don't like sand joke. It's just one of those things that has to be done. Okay, so then we've got these supports underneath. It's the final piece of the house that needs to be textured, well, apart from this bit, which obviously I can't do. So let's see. No, not cork. I'm actually really tempted to use the same... Actually, I think the same texture as the wall would work. Let's try this. Okay. The thing is, now I want to do a desert scene, and I've done all the desert scenes in the entire trilogy, so I guess I won't be. Alright, so this needs to be bigger. Heir Turner, happy birthday to you. Nice to share the day with someone. So I hope you're having a good day as well. How I do the Wookiee dialogue? Well, I've got loads of Wookiee sound effects, and there's the Wookiee that speaks basic or English, and I've got someone to record that already. He's done a pretty good job. And Wookiees understand English or basic, they just can't speak it. So Leia's going to speak normally. KOTOR remake. Um, given that all they showed was a very brief teaser video of Revan and revealed no details, I don't really have an opinion one way or the other about it. It's just a case of let's wait and see what else they have to say about it, and then I can decide if it's something I want to play or not. I am excited that Nintendo Switch is finally getting the original Knights of the Republic. I've pre-ordered that. I'm going to be playing that next month, which I'm very excited to do. Look at you guys being all friendly and supportive. It's nice to see that. Right, right, where was I? Oh, yes. Trying to figure out, these supports need to be... I'm trying to work out if I can get away with the fact that the supports are far enough away. Well, the fan animation looks great. I'm a little bit envious of the quality of the graphics he's able to produce. Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that for this. Maybe one day. Oh yes, what was I doing? Zoom in close again. See, I think that's fine because it's going to be so far away you can't actually notice that the grain doesn't match the direction of the supports. Yeah, I plan to... excuse me. The tree was actually going to be what I was going to add next. Excuse me a second, I've got hiccups. Bear with me. This is going well. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, when I made this house originally, I did put a big cylinder through the middle to be the tree trunk. And then I thought, actually it needs to be a separate object, so I can make it as long as it needs to be, without affecting the shape of the house. So actually what I'm going to do next is to bring that in. And what we're going to do for that tree is to go to here, and we're going to get a cylinder. Now I'm going to shape it to be... Ugh, hang on, let's make it not so bright. I want it to be painful to watch. There we go. That's not the final colour, and just getting the shape right. So we'll texture it in a moment. I just want to get the shape and the position right. So we're going to extend it like that. As you can see, it goes up to the centre of the house. It's not quite in the middle. There we go. Get to bring that down. So there's a better way to centre it, and let's attach it to the house, and then set that to 0, and that to 0, and then it's centred. Spin it around, and you can see it's right in the middle. Perfect. And there. Great. Now obviously that is not textured yet, so there was a texture which I found the other day, which might take me a moment to find again. I think it's an organic. Here we go. Yeah. And then cinder caps. Almost got it. Now we want to make this smaller. Nope, that's the wrong one. Well, the reason for that was Endor was originally designed to be Kashyyyk. They changed it very late into production to be the Ewok planet rather than the Wookiee planet, but the design for everything was already set. It's just that the creatures themselves were different. That's why they call it the Sanctuary Moon. It's because it was meant to be is it? Yeah, so the Sanctuary Moon was meant to be the Wookiee planet, but they changed it after they'd already filmed some of the scenes. Kitty, that's an interesting point, and I do know that you're a talented voice actress, so it'd be interesting to hear that. Although I'm only halfway through book 1 here, so it might take me a little while to get to it. Alright, let's try. Some weird stuff happening here. Oh, I know what's happening here. We need to change that to that. Nope, that didn't help either. We'll get this right. When I find the right settings. Actually, it does need a little bit of displacement. Displacement's a really tricky setting to get right, because you kind of want it to get that organic kind of look. I don't know what's happened there. Too much. But at the same time, it creates holes where they shouldn't be. On the other hand, how much are you going to notice it from the distance? Oh, you can see it. Two-sided? Nope. There you go, can't see the holes now, just by rotating it. So that works there. And what's this? Oh, fog's on, that's why. Turn that off. That's better, we can see it better from a distance. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we need to detach the tree so it's easier for me to incorporate with the other houses. We're going to bake the texture. So that tree is now set. And again, I can adjust it later again if I need to. Now, I've got two options here. One is to texture all of these other houses from scratch, which will take me as long as it did to do the first one. Or I can do this. Select the texture for the roof, paint it onto there. Select the texture for the floor, onto there, onto there, and onto there. And then I can select the texture for the trim. Did I get the trim or did I get the... Oh, there's the trim. It was nice that they did try to have continuity in the old books and timelines. I know it didn't always work, and it did get to a point where there were so many books it was impossible for authors to read everything. They were doing that to start with, so continuity was much easier. We did get a little bloated towards the end. There we go. Instant texture of the houses. I still don't know what happened to my other house. I have to go back and design another one to give it a bit more variety. But I'm not going to do that tonight because it's not the most exciting thing to watch. So, what we're going to do next is change the name of that to tree. And we're going to make another one. And we're going to set the pivot point to be the middle. Put the middle in. Oh, messed that up. Let's put it roughly in the middle there. So, let's have another tree over here, and we're going to move this house to be in the middle of it. And unlike last time, I'm going to attach the house to the tree itself, rather than the tree attaching to the house. That's better. Rotate it that way. Great. And this pathway. Let's put that there. Rotating it that way because there's actually a gap in the fence for it to link up. So if we did have a shot close up, we can see how the characters can walk between the house and the walkway. Let's put that there. Now obviously that tree is intersecting pathway, so we're going to move that to there. I don't actually think I saw that episode of South Park. Right, so Wookiee house is it's going to attach to the first tree. And the reason I'm going to do that is so I can duplicate the tree and the house in one go. You don't necessarily want it to be on the same height because it makes it look a bit more organic if they're at different heights. Let's have that one over there. In the episode Clubhouses. Alright, I'm going to have to look that up. I will do that after the stream. Just make a note. South Park Clubhouses. Well, that's South Park for you. I think it'd be fun to have houses at different layers on trees. And that's plus. Let's have it attached to the proper tree, and that one needs to be attached to that tree. Lost Fires, there's going to be foliage in the scene. I did think I would add a little bit. I'm not going to decorate the whole thing tonight because it will take me longer than I'm likely to be awake, but I will be adding some actual foliage as well in a little while. I'd say 5 minutes or so. So if you want to see that, do stick around. Just trying to get this sorted out first. Let's make a duplicate of that so I've got it for later. Come back to this one. The walkway is going to come down to there. Get the size right. Turn that to face it so that and it's a little bit rough. It should be alright though, because you're not going to get too close to some of these things. One and that one. Let's move it to there. Right. Oh, sorry, I went so quiet because I was concentrating on what I was doing. I'm going to create another walkway here. I get quite a long one, so it kind of stretches off into the distance when it's seen from the correct angle. It's not necessarily going to make sense from a design perspective, but the video is not really going to explore the entire village. It's just to get the feel for it, and then we'll do some locations that do make a bit more sense to be actually used in the videos themselves. I should do. Yes. So I keep showing it from this angle because this is where we're going to see. So here's where roughly is where the landing pad's going to be. I haven't got the exact position worked out yet because I haven't designed the landing pad. I haven't got it finished yet. So the ship's going to land over here, and then we're going to see this village sort of next to it. And then the idea is, so if I picture it here, so where the village is, the forest is going to get higher, but here it's going to be a little bit lower because that's where the landing pad is, and then you're going to see some of the sky off over here, and if you look down you'll see green trees and such far below. Additional wildlife. Yeah, there will be birds. And I will do some sound effects. I'm not going to be doing that tonight though. Yeah, we're going to have branches and such under here as well to set that all up, which I'm looking forward to doing. Gee, you know what? I could do a branch now while I'm here. So let's make a copy of the tree. Take the house off it. We're going to shrink it down a little bit. And we're going to shrink it that way. So let's see how this works. This may not work, so I may have to come back with different branches. I think I am actually going to have to come back with different branches. Yeah, because that's too smooth to be a branch. So I'm going to find or model some branches, and then I can add them in later, so we get some feel for this village is built on branches as well. I have no idea about Wookiee culture in that regard. Got a random walkway here. Let's move over there so it's ready for when I need it. Let's see. Let's move this house and tree. Oh, copy house and tree over here. That should do. we have another one of these over here. There we go. That moment is going to be in chapter 17, so you won't have too long to wait for it. I've made sure that that particular conversation was included in it. We're going to have some just trees, branches as well. I mean actual trees, not just tree trunks. That's the word I'm looking for. Move that there. Move that there. Tree branch, tree trunk over there, which you can't see. Basically just trying to make it look a little bit more like a forest. Yeah, I would like to get some more unique looking tree branches as well. Add some tree branches so they look not just like wooden poles. I just ran out of time to get the models or to create the models for this particular stream. So anyway, we've got that. This is kind of what I was looking for, but with more buildings. And let me just save this because I don't want to lose my progress. Right, then we're going to have a sky. Let's bring the sky in. What should we go for? I did see one that I thought looked good. Speed tree. These trees are just cylinders which I textured. But there's a tree generation option which I will show you in a moment, which I'm going to use for sort of down here. Which sky was I going to go for? I believe it's this one. Nope, not that one. Or was it? Or was it this one? There we go. That's the one I wanted. I was imagining a sort of very blue sky. It's a little bit cloudier than I thought, but maybe I'll change it another time or later. Actually, what's this one? No, that's the first one again. That could work. I can't remember which one I was looking at. Alright, let's go with that one for now, and I can always adjust the sky. It's just a matter of choosing a different one. So yeah, the landing pad's going to be here, and then this is going to be, you can see the sky off there, and then below you can have the trees. So let me show you the tree options. Go to tree, and then pick one, and I did look through to find one, which now I can't find. I believe it's this. So basically you place one tree, and it's way down there, which is good. No, it's not way down there, it's way up here. So let's make it go way down there, and then you set the scale for it. Obviously you want it to be a bit bigger than that. See, I imagine something slightly different. So I imagine the forest, and then the houses were built into the trees like this, and then the book describes the landing pad and some of the platforms as being supported by the tree branches, and that they'd been woven together. So Leia was a little bit nervous about them taking the weight of the ship and all the structures, because it was basically just held by tree branches and rope. So I think the idea is to have some branches from here sort of spreading over here, and then sort of over here you have some more trees, and those branches would kind of be meeting in the middle, and that's where the landing pads would be. So move that down. Move that down a bit more. Right, and then, so yeah, you place one tree, and then you press the start gardening, and you choose size, which is the area you're going to work. You want to create, hold on a second. A small problem I've noticed is when you plant the trees like this, they get placed at 0 height, which is here. I think I can move them down, so let's see what happens. So I've set it for be 2 trees, so I'm just going to place them and hope I can move them down. So let's stop that. Yeah, there we go. I can move them down. Right, so let's choose the tree again, start gardening, planter, and we're going to place more, and more, and more, more. I feel like Kylo Ren at the end of Last Jedi when he just keeps shouting more. Press the wrong button. That's a good... Kashyyyk is Lothlorien. It's an interesting comparison. Alright. Let's... Yes, I know that the trees are floating in midair. So... I really should have kept track of which one was the last. There we go. Let's move that down. And then move that over there a little bit. So yeah, there we go. That's the trees looking down. I don't know if I'd want to try and animate the a waterfall. So I was making the sky box a little bit bigger because it's getting a little bit cramped. There we go. So yeah, basically I need to put the landing pad here. The Lady Luck lands on it, And you've got the village over here, which I want to be bigger than this. And I've got an idea for some other walkways and platforms that would... It's an interesting idea. It's just difficult to implement. Okay, so this is just going to be a temporary makeshift landing pad because it's really not what I want it to look like. But I'm going to bring in a cylinder, make it flat, make it not so bright so it doesn't. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong one. I think it'll be something like this, and it's going to be about here. Rennie, welcome. If you've been here before, sorry I didn't notice you slip in, but it's always good to see you. So yeah, we're going to have the landing pad roughly here, and there'll be a walkway across. Yeah, walk cycles are a pain as well. I tried to motion capture everything, but of course I've only got a limited amount of space to do that in, so I still can't do a long walk cycle. And also, doing the cleanup on it is a pain because you get all these different glitches from footsteps. So it's not my favourite thing to do. Michael, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. So I'm leaving that there now as a temporary landing pad. And then of course we're going to have fog, which doesn't look so good here. Let's see. I think the reason it doesn't look so good here is because I haven't got the full oh yeah, it's my birthday, but we also have another birthday. I don't know if he's still here, but AR Turner, it's his birthday as well. I say his, if you're not at his, I do apologise. James, thank you so much. Yeah, so we've got that there. I'm going to save. We'll have more trees going off into the distance and into the fog there. They can get a little bit demanding on the system, so I don't want to add too many just yet. And the other thing I want to add, yeah, it's been a quiet birthday, but there's nothing wrong with that. Looking for. Excuse me. That might be a sign to end the stream at some point. Started yawning. There we go. Fog. Let's put that. Down there somewhere. Start it streaming. Not streaming. Start it running. Of course, it's quite small. So I need to scale it up. So go into the settings. Scale to maximum. Good. Making progress. The cake's currently in the kitchen and in my stomach. Unfortunately, we haven't developed the technology yet to be able to share it on the stream, otherwise I'd be happy to. So that's good, but it's a little high. Let's go down there. We're going to get rid of... I'm not going to get rid of, just turn it off. Landing pad so you can see the kind of clouds and the smoke, the fog. Almost got the settings right. Let's go back to here and add some height to it so it's not just a flat layer. A little bit more. I said a little bit more, quite a lot more. It was a chocolate cake with lots of chocolate icing on it. I just played the Lego Star Wars game. I played it when it was released, so I don't remember the level design that well. So I can't really say anything about it. That was a long time ago. Back when it was released to go alongside Revenge of the Sith. There we go. So we've got some fog rising out of the treetops there, which I think is good. Obviously, when I make the scene properly, I'll make more emitters. That's basically as much fog as that emitter is going to produce in that area. So I'll have to put some over here and over there and so on. But again, it's quite demanding on the system, so I'm going to disable that for now, and I'll enable it when it comes time to render the scene properly. Now I kind of reached a point where I think I've done everything that I can do for now, so that's probably a good time to end the stream. So I would like to thank everyone for coming, and thank everyone for the birthday wishes. It means a lot. Chapter 16 is nearly complete. I'm looking forward to releasing that. I've upped the scale of the some of the effects. I'm looking forward to being able to share that. Well, I'll answer your questions before we go. So let's see. About the contest, do you think presenting your movie incomplete story made you lose points? I don't think I lost points. I just think it was the case that there were some really good entries. I haven't watched all of the other entries yet, but the ones I did see were great. I haven't had a chance to see who the winners were. I don't mind that I lost. I did enjoy the experience of making it. And I'd got to try out some ideas that I wouldn't be able to put into Heir to the Empire for quite some time. So I'm happy with it. Of course I would have preferred to win, but never. Here we go. Die Ghostfish, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. You did come in at the end, but as soon as I press end stream, it gets processed and put on the channel automatically, so you can catch up with everything there. Jeff Rebellion, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to sharing the next chapter. Kitty, it's good to see you. You're right, it has been a long time. And yeah, no problem with the answer. Also, I think the idea of the lightsaber duel, maybe that didn't help because it's a lot of people do that. There we go. It was fun to make, so that's all that matters, really. Yes, thank you all for coming. Thank you again for the birthday wishes that you're sending me again now, and all the kind comments. I look forward to releasing chapter 16. See you all next week, and may the throne be with you.